So, I want to talk to you today a little bit about atheism. I really want to talk to atheists. I was reading the other day that suicide among atheists is greater than suicide among theists. Now, I'm sure that probably there's a lot of reasons for this, but one reason I can think of is that most atheists believe the scientific picture of the world we live in. They believe in the Big Bang and evolution and that life began in some kind of primordial soup by accident, and that there is no afterlife, that there's nothing for us after this life at all. Well, I myself don't believe that, but I also don't believe in some kind of an authoritarian God that's usually put forth by the major religions in the world. I don't belong to any religion. So, I think maybe that atheists, that theists rather, have somewhat of an anchor when their life gets bad and they have lots of troubles and these troubles seems like that they're impassable. They have their religion to turn to. They can turn to God, and whether this religion is valid or not doesn't matter. They do have some place to go that they can seek peace and shelter from life's problems. Whereas atheists really don't have this. They don't have an anchor so that when their life turns bad, they can say, well, it's there's something greater here than me that's looking over me and will take care of me and will help me get through this. They don't have that anchor. Well, they do have that anchor, and I want to tell them about it now. I was an agnostic when I had my near-death experience, and it led me to understand beyond any shadow of a doubt that I was a spiritual being and that I would continue to live after the death of my body. Now, for the last 30 years, there's been some concentrated research going on near-death experiences to see, if some of this can be evidenced and some of it can be. While personal experiences are just that, personal, and really can't be tested by scientific means, there are things that can be tested by scientific means. For instance, in a near-death experience, when a person goes out of body after he has clinically died on an operating table, this person will come back telling how he saw everything that happened while he was clinically dead. So scientists have looked this over now. In fact, they've been studying it for like 30 years. And they know this is true. They know that near-death experiences are real and that people coming back from being out of body do accurately describe all those things that happened while they were clinically dead. So this means that we will live after the death of our bodies. We are spiritual beings. It also means that it doesn't make much difference what we believe. We can be an atheist, we can be a theist, we can be an agnostic, or any other thing, and we will still live after death because we are spiritual beings. And I thought maybe if atheists would like to do some research themselves and study this a little bit, they would understand that when they get into trouble with life, dire straits, and that people go through, and almost everyone in life goes through those at some time, one time or another, they can find an anchor for themselves. They know that they will live through whatever problems they have, and they will be able to go on living after death. And I think this is really important because I don't, in my near-death experience, and I have had many experiences besides that, I have never seen any kind of religious situation in the spiritual world. And also, I've never seen anyone in the spiritual world treated badly. Everyone is welcomed with love and understanding and compassion, and that's the way it's always been. So, atheists don't need to go it alone, so to speak. They don't need to single themselves out, and they don't even need to criticize religion, because they have their own spiritual being to consider, and they can use this to fall back on when times get rough. And that happens to all of us. I mean, there's going to be troubles and tribulations, so to speak, in everyone's life. That's just the nature of physical life. And it also lets you understand that things that you might really want to accomplish badly but don't accomplish is still a possibility, because you're not going to die at the end of life. When your body dies, you will not die with it. And so what a great thing for atheists to do is to learn about this, so they can have that kind of anchor too, and they can feel peace, and they can feel contentment, and they can feel compassion for others the same way everybody else does, because they are just really like everybody else. And I'm not saying this to offend anyone, because I don't. I have atheist friends the same as I have theist friends. My intention is not to offend anyone. But it's an idea, it's a place for atheists to go and learn that they have hope, and that there is a life after this life. And they don't need to commit suicide, because committing suicide won't really accomplish anything. It won't take them out of life. They will still be in life even after they commit suicide. So I'm hoping that atheists will look at this and give an honest study to near-death experiences and the research being done on them, and learn for themselves. That's all I've got to say now. Thank you.